When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, neither wild plants nor grains were growing on the earth. For the Lord God had not yet sent rain to water the earth, and there were no people to cultivate the soil. Instead, springs came up from the ground and watered all the land. Then the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground. He breathed the breath of life into the man's nostrils, and the man became a living person. The Lord God placed the man in the Garden of Eden to tend and watch over it. Genesis 2, 1 through 7, and 15. We have a very strange view of work. For the most part, we grudgingly contribute to society in exchange for currency. In the back of our mind, we always think that if we didn't have to, we wouldn't. We'd just sit and exist all day. But what if we're totally missing the point of having an occupation or work? As much as we complain about work, you'd think it was part of the punishment from the fall. We weren't created to be, but to do. From the very start, one of the first things God says is giving us a task. To have dominion over the earth, to be fruitful and multiply. We're called to create, to do. We're not just consumers of creation, we're directors, producers, participants. The truth is, it's a privilege to be able to do these things. God could have created everything, every awesome piece of art, every technological advance, everything that we see and we pride ourselves on. God could have created those things already by himself. We need to view this work that he's given us, this task, this ability to produce and participate in the narrative with him as a privilege, as something that we want to do. Ultimately, the privilege we're given is creating cultures and nations, creating beautiful art and pleasing music, creating communities of faith, faithful families, creating cities of steel on earth, empires of imagination in our minds, creating fun with each other, technology to push our boundaries further, creating new stories interlaced with God's story and furthering his narrative. All of this work furthers God's purpose in creating to bring glory to himself. We should see that as a privilege. Anything we do as a part of that is awesome. We don't have to be famous or doing huge things to be participating in that. So whether we're a CEO of a company or someone working in the line in a factory, we can be fruitful. Whether we're a missionary in Uganda or a salesperson at the Apple store, we can be fruitful. Whether we're a rock star or a parking attendant, we can be fruitful if we're allowing God to work through us for his work to be accomplished on earth. Now the real question is, will you let him?